Alright, we're going to talk about theoretical and experimental property. So we're going to start with theoretical. And theoretical is just what you think would happen. So if we're going to flip a coin has two sides. So we can either get a heads or tails. So the probability of a heads would equal 1/2. So that's just like the probability we were doing in the last segment. It was all theoretical probability. Now, if we want to do experimental probability, we actually have to flip the coin or spin the spinner or pull marbles out of a bag or whatever it is we're doing. So in this case, I flipped a coin 50 times and get 22 heads and 28 tails. So if I wanted the probability of heads down here, that would equal 22 out of 50. Now I need to reduce that, so I can divide both those by 2 to get 11/25. You can also see probability written as a decimal and a percent. So if I wanted to convert these to a decimal or percent, let me get this up just a little bit. The easiest way to do that would make it a percent, so 22 out of 50. If I multiply that by 2, I get 44 out of 100, which equals 44%, or, as a decimal, 44 hundredths. So, you need to be able to write your probabilities as a simplified fraction, or as a percent, or as a decimal. Alright, so you made 8 free throws and missed 4. What is the experimental probability of making a free throw? So we made 8 out of a total of 8 plus 4 is 12 out of a total of 12 shots. So I can reduce that by a factor of 4 to get 2/3. So your probability of making a free throw is 2/3. So now let's bring in a second question here. How does your experimental probability compare to the theoretical? So our theoretical would be, you only have two options. You can make the shot or you can miss the shot. So our theoretical would be 1/2, and we need to compare this. So we can compare it just simply by saying 2/3 is greater than 1/2. But we can also find out how much greater it is. So if we make 1/2 into, both of those into 6, that would be 4/6 and 3/6. So how much greater is, you have your experimental is 1/6 greater than your theoretical. And I'm abbreviating here. And remember, you can see those probabilities as a fraction, decimal, or percent. So make sure you understand how to convert that 1/6 to a fraction, from a fraction to a decimal or a percent. Alright, so you flip a coin 4 times and you get heads 3 times. So the probability of a heads, based on your experiment, would be 3 out of 4, which equals 75%. So what would happen to the probability if you flipped the coin 100 times? So this is experimental. Well, let's look at what the theoretical would be. So in theoretical, probability of a heads would be 1 out of 2, which equals 50%. Well, what you notice is, if you only flip a coin 4 times, that's a very small sample size. So what's going to happen when you flip this 100 times, you're going to get closer to that 50%. So we're starting at 75%, but the more times you flip that coin, the closer you're going to get to the theoretical probability.